Well, Joe Siracusa is an author and Dean of Global Futures at the Faculty of Humanities at Curtin University. He joins us now from Perth in Australia. Good to have you back with us, Professor. We understand that parts of the audio recording that's been leaked to CNN form part of the evidence that the special counsel is presenting in terms of these classified document charges against Trump. But from that clip that we've just heard, how damning is it against Trump, do you think?
Hello, Oscar. Look, I don't think it's particularly damaging. President Trump is correct in saying that the Presidential Records Act doesn't go up to the level of criminalization. He's right about that. You don't go to jail because you're stupid. You go to jail because you break the law, and it hardly is espionage. And when he talks here about the weaponization of the FBI and the Department of Justice, in a way, he's correct, but it goes way back. J. Edgar Hoover was a political operator. He had a dirt file on everybody. When I was a kid, John Kennedy appointed his brother as Attorney General, and Richard Nixon had a phony Attorney General. They've all, and of course, Lyndon Johnson's Attorney General egregiously went after the private life of Martin Luther King. So in a sense, this is a fact of American life. There's nothing new here. And keep in mind that Daniel Ellsberg, who died the other day, the guy who leaked the Pentagon paper, he stole 7,000 documents, was charged under the Espionage Act for treason. And when he went to trial, a federal judge, threw it out by saying that the FBI and the Department of Justice had a very weak case here, and threw it out. So Trump, in a way, is counting on that. Yes, he had this document, and they look really scary. But I don't think the Iranians lost any sleep looking at what the Americans were going to do to them, because they know what's going to be done to them. So, the president was ill-advised. Oscar, I've always thought this president took documents home the way some people souvenir things from their political or their war life or something like that. It was, ill-calculated and it was careless, but I never thought it rose to the level of a crime.
We also know that the former Vice President Mike Pence and even Joe Biden himself were found to be possessing classified documents. But the difference with Trump is that they returned the documents upon request and cooperated with authorities. Trump did not. We know that he resisted for quite some time before any action was taken. That is the major difference, isn't it? That Trump really refused to cooperate and go along with what authorities were asking.
Well, that's correct. And by saying that Pence and others, and President Biden, return the documents in a timely fashion, doesn't make the criminalization of the Presidential Records Act any more valid. They did the right thing there, and the government did the right thing by hounding them for these things. What amazes me, Oscar, is we've got major events going on in Moscow. We had Modi in Washington, and then somebody pitches this to the CNN, and we got Donald Trump on the front page of the paper again, and like he's back in the mix. I want to know who's leaking this stuff, because that is a crime. As a matter, if this is part of the official evidence and they're throwing it out to the press, and then they're torturing the president with it, then this would be a crime itself. So I think when and if this is thrown out of court, and I believe it will be, I think the presiding federal judge will cite a case like this by saying that the federal government had no right to leak these things on a systematic basis.
Okay, Joe Siracusa, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you.
Perth.